It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brood Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It is Wednesday, March 7th, 2018. It is 7 a.m. and on a cold, cloudy day after a windy day yesterday.
It's chilly out there, man.
It sure is. Yeah, it's cold.
It is chilly. At least the wind has died down, so we're good there.
And we haven't got any snow, which is a good thing. So life is good in North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. They had a little bit of snow showing up on the radar across state line last night.
Did they?
Yeah. We scored Lady Bomber softball, fast pitch softball. Batesville was in town, played 2 full games last night. And during the break between...
Yeah, I've heard you whining about that this morning.
It was, thank goodness we had the heater on in that score booth.
You got a heater in the score booth.
And air conditioning.
And you're still whining.
And air conditioning. Yep, we do. Anyway, the Batesville coach come up, and we're checking the radar. And on the state line on KW3's app, sure enough, he was showing, snow flurries.
They can keep it.
Yep, it stayed north of the state line. So, good morning. Welcome to Down on the Corner program. Dale Hoffman, your host, along with Jerry Hogan, Scooter Callis. We're enjoying Brood Awakening coffee. Hope you're doing the same. Brood Awakening coffee, of course, is the best coffee in town. You cannot go wrong with Brood Awakening coffee.
And nothing's better on a cold day than a nice warm cup of coffee.
And make it Brood Awakening, Jerry.
It has to be.
It has to be.
And I'm drinking coffee this morning, so it's good.
Ooh.
It's one of them mornings.
Ooh. We'll have to call the psychiatrist on that one. He's drinking coffee. How is it today?
Hot. I like it.
Stout?
It's always stout. I'm going to be sweating here in a minute.
3 locations to serve you. Brood Awakening Coffee, BRMC Lobby, 62 East Plaza out by Anytime Fitness, and Bomber Boulevard. And if you want to try a quick sample, stop by here sometime, and you can enjoy coffee with us. Right?
You bet. Come on in, sit in, watch the show, learn something.
And if you're not drinking
I
Brood
don't know if
Awakening
you'll
coffee,
learn anything from us.
No. So I brought the mayor in. He's smart. And Billy D. Look at them, look at each other.
He's reading paperwork. He's like going over
Billy's
his
in deep thought
notes
here. And Roller Funeral Homes bring you morning prayer each and every day. Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect across the state of Arkansas. No, we don't shop for funeral homes, but Roller Funeral Home adds that extra quality and dignity to your service. And they want to just let you know that you have their respect.
And I kind of disagree. I think you should shop for the funeral home. I really do.
I agree.
Yeah.
You can get bundle packages and all that. I mean, you got a little bargaining power there at the front end, more so.
You don't have much bargaining power on the back end.
Yeah. Anyway, Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas brings you morning prayer. Let's pause for our morning prayer. Heavenly Father, today I need to pray for our local leaders, Lord, for the mayors, the county judges, sheriff, and police chiefs across our area. Lord, it's hard to get really good leaders, but I feel overall we've been blessed with good leaders in our area. And Lord, as the elections get closer, we'll realize soon we'll have to elect new leadership across the northern part of the state. Give us wisdom as we choose a new mayor for Mountain Home and with the other communities within our area. Just give us wisdom as we vote. And that's my prayer today. Amen.
Amen.
Morning prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, with all our respect. And so, time for the weather, brought to you by
Greg's
Farm Services.
Unison, guys. You're off beat. Come on, one more time.
1, 2. Greg's
Farm Services.
I can't do that. We're terrible.
Your timing stinks. Oh, what do we need? Oh, now it's the time to prevent weeds by applying a pre-emergent. Pre-emergent weed killer will stop weeds from germinating, but Greg's Farm Services has a product called Weed Beater Complete. It's a granule and covers about 6,000 square feet, and it's both pre and post emergent. So be sure to check it out at Greg's Farm Services, 6,000 feet for about $20.
I like to encourage everybody, just go to their website, take a look. You'll be shocked what all Greg Farm Services carries. Also, with their little notes on timing, it's time to do this, time to do that, really is a help. When to plant this or when to
they're well educated in
Yeah.
each field of the farming and agri industry.
They even have dog houses, man.
There you go.
Dog houses,
Really?
chainsaw, all kinds of stuff. But I was coming in work this morning and saw a semi loaded down with sod. So
Getting
it's
sawed
here.
in.
Time to get it on, man.
Wet it down and get it in. Weather brought to you by Gregg Farm Services. Check out the website, gregfarmservices.com. Check them out. What's the address on 126 out there? You know,
Across from the airport.
across from the airport in Midway. There you go.
There you go.
Mountain Home checks in at 34 degrees, 32 at Harrison, 37 in Hardy, 37 in Mountain View, it's 35 at Yellville, 37 in Marshall. Calico Rock along the White River is at 34, while Poplar Bluff, Missouri in southeast Missouri is at 37 degrees, southwest Missouri 32, Branson, Missouri, south central Missouri at West Plains it's 33. Watford City, -6 up there this morning and 23 in Anchorage, Alaska.
Why would your son want to go there to work? It's cold.
Good money,
Okay.
good money.
Point well taken.
He says it's worth it, so more power to him. A little bit of shower activity starting to show up along the west coast of California, which means it's still out in the water, raining in the water. So anyway, a little bit showing up along the Oregon-Washington line, the main part. Is that nor'easter that's forming again over there?
I don't see anything up in the nor'easter.
Well, look right here. You've got it here in New York and Pennsylvania, Vermont, New Hampshire, Connecticut, place like that. There's not a swirl, so it may just be precip showing up.
Wouldn't it need to be purple or pink or something?
I don't know.
Oh, you got a little swirl on that.
Well, I'm saying, is that the
packet
beginning
coming
of it? If that's the beginning of it, they're in trouble. But anyway,
I don't know.
you can see in the northeast part of the country, there in the New England area, and then down as far as North Carolina, West Virginia, getting a little bit of that precip, and it swirls all the way back into part of Michigan. I'm going to hit the Indianapolis stop right here. This is Indianapolis. And is that Interstate 70? No, Interstate goes over to Dayton, Ohio, I think. But anyway, you've seen a little bit just east and southeast of Indianapolis there on that radar stop. Nothing in Arkansas or Missouri right now, or even Tennessee. Has all of that exited Tennessee? Let's check Knoxville here. Pretty well clear in Tennessee as well. So
Pretty much the entire South.
yeah,
Couldn't stand up to that wind.
I don't see. Like I say, Bob Rechtenwald and I worked the booth last night. Lady Bomber softball against Batesville. 2 good ball games. I got to hand it to those girls. They played good softball, bracing 35 and 36 mile an hour gust with a 16, 17 mile an hour sustained wind.
Now, which way was the wind blowing?
It'd be blowing from third base to first base.
Oh, that's not good.
And they're trying to pitch, so you'd see those pitches come in and just, the wind, gust of wind would catch them. It's just, they did an outstanding. I've got to hand it to both teams, Batesville and Mountain Home. They played good games, and you would think that, one girl for Batesville, she hit a decent pop fly to right center field. Boy, the wind carried that one out. It was kiss that one goodbye. I mean, she was around
Awesome.
third base by the time that one landed. But those girls did a great job. But how they fought that wind, it was wicked out there.
I did forget to mention the Monday night was the Mountain Home track team, and overall they dominated the whole meet.
Really?
I mean, it was great to see. They really did. They did a great job. It was a chilly night, and they did a good job.
Jerry, what we got on that community calendar?
All right, man. Tomorrow, March 8th, Thursday, the ASU of Mountain Home Truck Party starts at 6 p.m. at the Veda Shed Community Development Center. And if you want to see the truck, I saw it today coming in right across from Wendy's in that little field there. So you can go out there and check it out. Tickets are $50. That includes entertainment, food, and odds are you'll probably win a prize. They're going. If you don't win the truck, they still have 50 or 60 other prizes. Goes for a good cause.
It'll be a lot of fun.
You betcha.
I love how you scroll on that computer.
Well, there was one more. Here it is. March 8th, Thursday, the 16th annual Mountain View Bluegrass Festival kicks off at noon.
He's trying so hard.
They're it's gonna run all weekend.
Way he's talking over, he'll be on oxygen for an hour after all this.
Well, I guess we need to speed it up. Is it-
We've got a show that other people want to come on too, Jerry.
All right. Well, it kicks off tomorrow. If you've never been to Mountain View, shame on you. You need to go because they're going to have.
So I got to get back down there. Nice little town.
Oh my gosh! You can get with me. I'll be your travel agent on how to get around Mountain View.
I'll meet you down there. You drive too slow.
You start out at JoJo's and you go get you some good catfish or beans and hush puppies. You do that first, and then you go enjoy the entertainment. And there's two ways to go. You can go down the Ozark Folk Center and do their thing, or you can simply go out on the square, depending on weather.
Yeah, I seem like on the square all the time in Mountain View, Arkansas. There's something.
You know, when
on.
he goes down there, he starts out with JoJo, and he does his trip, and he ends up, at JoJo's.
Yeah.
Well,
going and coming because, I mean, it's on Highway 5. I mean.
But after you do the JoJo's entertainment, I go to the Wildflower Bed and Breakfast, and I'm personal friends with the chef there. Ooh. And this lady, my gosh, man, I'm talking glazed grapefruit, stuff you and I never heard of. But she puts brown sugar on these grapefruits and banana splits. She makes her own peanut butter, does her own jams, a lot like our mayor. Everything's just
that jelly. Woo!
Homemade and fresh.
I can go through.
I don't see that he brought any more with him.
No, I didn't hear no jars clanking when I walked in today.
Scooter, can we throw this up on the screen? Preserving the Past Yard Sale, benefiting the Baxter County Historical and Genealogical Society. This is in May, 9 a.m. to 12 at the Buford School Museum Events Center at 4430 on Buford Road. Hundreds of nice items, good prizes, food, concessions on site, and it supports the Historical Society. They're requesting donations of nice items for this upcoming yard sale. It's a fundraiser to support the society, so they would appreciate any and all help. You can call 321-0826 to find out more about this, and basically be a donated item that, what am I going to do with this? Well, if you don't want to put up with doing your own garage sale, donate it to the Baxter County Historical and Genealogical Society, and they will sell it for you. And
Yard
they keep
sale.
them, which is a good thing.
Who doesn't get excited about a good yard sale? I'm just saying.
Well, sorry. Okay.
All right, let's move on.
Let's take a break. The mayor and Billy D are here. Let's talk to the mayor for a while. So let's take a break and get the mayor and Billy D in here. We'll be right back.
Why would I recommend Hospice of the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either a terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the Pie Lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home. Coming in 2018, VHF Archery Range, brought to you by DeerHunterFan.com TV and Steadyform. This 10,000 square foot indoor climate-controlled archery range will feature 3D targets, 3D pop-up, and state-of-the-art video shooting. DHF Archery Range will be open to the public and available for all ages. It's a great facility for hunters and archers alike and located in the center of the Ozarks in beautiful Bull Shoals, Arkansas. That's DHF Archery Range, coming in 2018. Keep on the lookout for more details and their grand opening announcement soon.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Your White River getaway starts at Cotter Trout Lodge, where you find convenient, clean, and affordable accommodations right in the heart of Cotter, Arkansas. Take advantage of the Natural State Fly Shop across the road for all your supplies and guided fly fishing needs. Countless delicious homemade menu options await to satisfy your hunger cravings at the White Sands Cafe. Your complete White River getaway is cradled in the east arm of the historic Ruthven Rainbow Bridge at the Cotter Trout Lodge, Natural State Fly Shop, and the White Sands Cafe.
You've tried medications just cover up the pain, and you've tried dieting to help lose weight. Before you try something drastic like surgery to get rid of the numbness and tingling, why don't you try a better approach to health? Hi, I'm Dr. Charles Osgood, and at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we heal the whole person the natural way.
At Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we take a hands-on approach to chiropractic care, massage therapy, and nutritional counseling. Our 20 years of service has led to successful results.
When I come in to see Dr. Osgood, sometimes after one adjustment, I have immediate relief. Sometimes it takes 4 or 5 adjustments.
I recommend Mountain Home Family Chiropractic because it really works and keeps me pain-free.
Mountain Home Family Chiropractic supports the community by donating to Mountain Home Food Basket and the Lions Club. Request an appointment with us today at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic. Excellence for your body and frame alignment.
Have you ever noticed?
(7:16) on this Wednesday morning. I want to welcome to the show our mayor, Joe Dillard, and Billy D, who's the Parks Director. Everybody knows him, Billy D.
Everybody knows
What's this New York hat over here, Billy?
I bought that right after 9/11.
Oh, did you? Oh, really? In New York?
No, I wasn't in New York. I was actually in Florida.
Yeah.
For a softball event, and seen this cap, and it was $5. So
not bad.
I bought it when I was down there.
Anyway, welcome, gentlemen. It's good to see you all again. The mayor, there's been some issues here, and so.
Well, Dale, I just
welcome back.
Well, thank you, and it's good to be back. And sitting over and listening a few minutes ago while y'all were going through your routine and having fun, and I tell you, I enjoyed it. This would be a good place to have an in-house audience to just come and listen. I think people could learn a lot. But it is good to be back, and I have been had some personal sickness. Been going on a little bit, but we're on the road back, and we've got a full agenda this year of things happening in Mountain Home. And I know you went over a couple. Actually, one tomorrow night at the Shed here is that is a big event.
It is.
If you looked around the country and tried to find a college like ASU Mountain Home and the setting that's there, the natural setting, and the high quality of education, and we've got something that a lot of people would, they envy us, and I wish everybody had it, but we've got it, and I'm very proud of it.
I want to go on record while we're on live TV. Just thank you for your leadership, because I can remember when you were in Marion Barry's office, and I had some issues 13, 14 years ago. You helped me. And now as mayor, and I've seen the leadership, I've seen the examples of your leadership. Look at our hospital, which is the crown jewel of the Twin Lakes area. Then we got the library, ASU, and look at our school systems, And I think even Cotter and Norfolk and Flippin schools and perhaps other schools can reflect off of the quality that's in the Twin Lakes area, and it's because of good leadership. Your office and perhaps even some of us in the neighboring Missouri, I thank you for your leadership. You've done a great job.
Well, thank you. That means a lot, and I don't take credit for those things, but they are. We may have played a small part in part of it, but it's been a community effort, community leaders, from not only from the elected positions, but from the just people stepping up with leadership within the community. And
well, look at our fire and police. They needed help. The voters came through. We're going to get the help that's needed and do some updates there. We're not moving backwards. We're moving forward.
I'm glad you mentioned it. I want to talk a little bit about that. That was enacted back in September. It actually the 3/8 of a cent sales tax that we're talking about, dedicated totally to fire and police. It was assessed starting January 1, and now we're into March, and this is going to be the first month we actually get some money back. Yeah. So we're excited. It enables the fire and the police to go out and to plan and to get equipment that's been needed but not been available just due to money restraints over the years. So we're fixing to see some really good things happening.
I agree.
You know, maybe next month or within a couple of months, I'd like to bring both the chiefs on and let them explain to the people. And I've told them, when we start getting equipment in, I want it to be very, very visible. I want the taxpayer out there that's supporting this to know what we're actually buying, and the results from it, and how that is going to increase services back. When you're able to purchase a new fire truck in a year and 4 police cars in a year, we've been getting by with what we had, and that's what we had to do.
Hit the pause button right there. Magic word: getting by.
Getting by.
We're better than that.
Yeah.
We're better than that.
And
we
people
don't need to just get by.
And thank you, voters out there. Again, thank you very much for enabling this to happen, because it was a great event when this was enacted, and it enables us to go out and do none of us know from one minute to the next or one day to the next. We may need that fire rescue service in an automobile accident, or in a home with someone with a stroke victim, or whatever. I've seen it all around, and our people are very, very good to respond, and they're well trained, and they save lives. So
when Travis Dover first came to me, this is back in the radio days, and I said, yeah, I'll help you, because I think this is a good endeavor. And the point was made: drive through Walmart parking lot the middle of July at about 2 o'clock and start reading license plates. Mm-hmm. Vermont, Texas, California, Illinois, Missouri, Tennessee. If those folks had an issue, they call our authorities. If they had an accident, if they had a medical emergency, it's Baxter Regional, it's MHPD, or the sheriff's office, or the fire department has to respond. They're not paying taxes to help support our guys when our guys are out helping people from all the other states. And so this is why I think the sales tax was a fair issue, to get the funding needed to keep it up. Go back 18 years ago. What was east of town out here? A cow pasture.
Exactly.
Were you mayor? Were you judge or mayor when Walmart announced they're going to move out there?
I was mayor, and they came in, and we had heard during that time frame, street talk. Well, Walmart's going here. It's going, different places, and they come in one Friday morning and said, we want you to announce that we're going to build the largest Walmart in Arkansas at this location. Well, that was the Myrtle Wood farm out where Walmart is. And that was all trees and pasture and everything. The bad thing was, the good thing was they was going to build the largest, but the bad thing was they was moving out of the city into the county to do it. So we had to go through the annexation and the getting sewer and all those things out there. But yeah, go back 18,
I think it's 18 years. Did they open in 2000 or?
They opened in 2000, and I believe it's 2000 or 2000, early in 2001 maybe, when they had their dedication. Yeah. But it was a lot going on back then. I'm telling you, it was.
But then look at what's transpired. You got Home Depot, you got Lowe's, you've got Stage, and what's some of the other things out there? You've got Buffalo Wild Wings out there now. Petco. Well, Brood Awakening Coffee is our sponsor for the show here.
Well, it's grown, and I tell you.
And what's the tool?
Harbor Freight.
Yeah.
They just came in.
Yeah.
Then you got Popeyes and AT&T. Look how that's 18 years of growth.
Well, exactly. I was visiting with the Home Builders Association there back earlier, and I told them, 17 years ago, if we was here having a meeting at El Chico, we'd be sitting out under a tree in a pasture.
Yep.
and they couldn't. I mean, when you look around you from out there, and that soaks in, you can see how the growth has been, and how it's flourished out there, and they fed off of each other, and one thing brings on another. And I think this is going to continue across. Maybe not as fast. Maybe we don't need it as fast as that growth was. To still head is going on, but it's an exciting time.
It is.
It's
and
an exciting time.
I enjoy the box stores. Of course, I shop at restaurants. More mom and pop shop come in. Especially, I love mom and pop shops at Christmas. I was telling somebody, we had this little hardware store in a little town called O'Fallon, Illinois, when I was a boy, just farm community. You know, railroad went through there and everything. There's this little hardware store called Thomas Hardware. It was the old tongue and groove wooden floor that squeaked in the wintertime when you walked through it, you know. Remember the little glass partitions where they'd put stuff in between? I had the little tag on it. It was that type of hardware store. I loved going into Thomas Hardware. Of course, that's 50 years ago. But I'd like to see mom and pop shops come back, you know, and we've got a lot of vacant buildings that could be utilized, you know.
Well, these, you know, the small business is really the backbone of the country. So the big stores, the big box stores, they're convenient, and I think we all use them at times. But I think our area is set, is ideally set for that kind of a stores. You know, the small business, the mom and pop, the business that employs 10 or less people. You know.
And I'm very glad to see Joe's True Value in the middle of town, out by Harps. You know, that's a fun store. That's kind of that old-fashioned and Harold Tucker's Auto Parts. You know, they've been in business a little over 50 years.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's another. They're in 4 generations right there.
Well, and that's going back to the people that help build our community that I mentioned before, that don't get the good business people, solid business people that have been in business for years and years here in Mountain Home, and help grow the city and help create jobs and help bring in you know, tourism and also the retirement. We don't want to forget, folks, our retirement community. You know, we're blessed with retirement, we're blessed with tourism, and we're blessed with some good you know,
good
industrial type jobs. So we have a good mixture here. And
you know, I forgot to mention. Go ahead, Jerry.
I wanted to interject. Thank you very much for bringing life back to the square.
Oh,
I travel around a lot of towns.
Don't you love the square? I love Saturday morning. You know, go over to Old Time for breakfast on Saturday. The farmers market's out there. It's fun.
Yeah. But he was instrumental in bringing in Ron Shire, and Ron did a phenomenal job here last year, and I assume it's going to be bigger and better this year.
Well, we yes, and Ron has already pretty much got his agenda set for the summer. I visited with him the other day, and he's bringing in some really. Ron did an outstanding job. We put a little seed money. The council approved a little seed money to help him get started. We've increased that a little bit this year. He did such a great job. But he basically did it on his own. You know, he's professional at doing this. He set up Yelvel's music over there for I think the last 17 years. But he's done a great job, and we're looking. The last night was really packed. We're hoping to open with that kind of an audience and then build on it. But he'll have great prizes, great bands, and it's just a good atmosphere when you go take your lawn chair and go out and
it's fun.
And you know, get you a funnel cake or get you something and sit there and for a couple hours and enjoy just really down to earth good music and good entertainment, and so we're excited about that. I think that is
it's fun.
And it's going to build.
See Jerry out there every Friday.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. The only thing missing is your fried biscuits and a little jelly to put on there.
You know, I heard that little
hit,
little jelly jingle there a while ago, and but you know what? Hey guys, we're here in early March, and you know, strawberries are just starting to become available where you can afford them at least. And so, yeah, don't give up. Just
if all I needed to know, I needed to buy some, I'll go get some until I can over your house.
Well, we love doing that, and it's just and to give away to friends, and
it's fun. Boy, man, good jelly. I'm looking at the clock. We need to take a break 7:30. Maybe this time we'll let Billy talk a little bit.
Yeah, Mary's doing a fine job right now.
We'll be right back.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
More than just propane delivery, as well as tank and piping installation. We are your dependable choice, offering the very best in personal service with on-time deliveries and competitive prices. Breeze Propane also sells and installs tankless water heaters and appliances, and can even convert your gas cook stove to liquid propane. So no need to fuss and cuss about bad service at Breeze Propane. We greatly appreciate your business, and God bless.
Hello, I'm Charles Ferguson. Here at Mountain View Chevrolet, we still do business the old-fashioned way with honesty and integrity. And we have a good inventory of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs from large to small. Our service department has all GM certified technicians, and our friendly salespeople are ready and eager to fit a car truck to your needs in a price range you can afford. We also have a lot full of pre-owned cars and trucks, program and new car trade-ins to choose from. So come see us at Mountain View Chevrolet.
Life is too short to wear boring clothes. Welcome to Shabby to Chic Salon and Boutique, where we carry the latest trends and fashions and accessories at prices anyone can enjoy. Feel beautiful while looking fabulous with a large range of fashions that fits anyone's sense of style. You're sure to discover something unique and new at every visit. Shabby to Chic also features 12 professional stylists, aesthetics by Amy J, a nail technician, and 4 tanning beds. Excite your style at Shabby to Chic Salon and Boutique in Mountain Home.
Hi, I'm Ricky with Arch Trash Pickup. If anybody needs trash service in the area, please give us a call. Arch Trash Service is veteran owned, and I've been in the local area resident for over 20 years. I'll provide a better service than the other guys, and even provide front door service trash pickup for those that aren't able to take their trash to the curb. We'll also pick up almost anything and even provide free recycling. I am Ricky with Arch Trash Pickup, and please give me a call for all your trash service needs.
With a large showroom of over 13,000 square feet, the Furniture Depot is your local choice for quality name brand furniture at prices anyone can afford. They carry a great selection of catnapper recliners, power recliners with lumbar support, and lift chairs. Check out Furniture Depot's variety of living room and dining room sets in various styles and designs. And don't forget about their mattress gallery featuring Serta, Symbol mattresses, and adjustable beds. Family owned and operated, that's Furniture Depot, located in the Ozark Shopping Center in Mountain Home.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in counties including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Why would I recommend?
7:34 on this Wednesday morning, and we're going to let Billy D do a little talking, our super good parks director. How you been, Billy?
All right. The couple things I just want to mention, some events that we have coming up here in Mountain Home at the parks. The 24th of March, we'll have the Spring Carnival at Cooper Park and at the Youth Center. Activities starts at 11 o'clock, but prior to the Spring Carnival, the Junior Auxiliary Community Easter egg hunt will be held. Starting time at 11 a.m. For ages 3 and under, at 11 o'clock. At 11:05 a.m., ages 4 to 6. At 11:10 a.m., ages 7 through 9. So it doesn't take very long.
It don't take long.
And the eggs are gone. But kids have a blast out there. But the carnival inside the youth center, like I said, as soon as the egg hunt's over with, the spring carnival start. We have games that are sponsored by the Elks Club here in town, Home Depot, refreshments, cotton candy, crafts, face art, inflatables, photos with the Easter Bunny. The Mountain Home Lodge helps out. So it's 11 to 1 on 24th. Rain out day for the Easter egg hunt is the 31st of March. So at the same time.
Easter weekend, yeah.
I just want to bring you up to speed on that.
I just like to comment on that because our house actually sits across Spring Street. Our backyard faces Spring Street, and if you haven't come and watched those kids, I mean, when they line up out there,
attack!
I mean, it is wall to wall young people, and I love the way that Billy's got it staggered so the little ones get the first chance, and then as it proceeds there. But it's an event that if you haven't watched it, it's really worthwhile if you like to see a lot of young people get excited and
kids
all over
that park.
My kids were younger. They did it, and as an adult, I was scared. I remember not being in the right place and looking over, and you see that many kids running towards you, and it's fear. Just fear.
That's where that big fence, heavy-duty fence, you know they're not. It's going to keep them safe. They're not coming out on the street, but they do get excited.
Yeah. Believe it or not, it's March, and baseball and softball and soccer is all kicking in. But we have some upcoming baseball events here in town. March 31st, baseball tournament out at Callista Willette. April the 7th through the 8th. May the 5th through the 6th. And then I just want to say that I'm honored to be able to host a high school state baseball 1A state tournament here in town with the girls 1A state fast pitch tournament, co-hosted with the Mammoth Springs High School. Dr. Lane up there, superintendent, had went to Little Rock with me a little over a month ago to bid on the state tournament. Very fortunate to be able to host that. Very excited about that. May 9th through the 12th here in Mountain Home. Last time we held it, we had 32 teams, 16 boys, 16 girls. This year with the Arkansas Activity Association, it'll be 40. We'll have 20 girls, 20 boys teams. So
you have a lot of people in town.
Everything in Mountain Home should be full. Restaurants, hotels, everything. So, but very, very honored to be able to host that tournament. If anybody out there is looking at helping out, being a volunteer, scorekeepers, announcers.
He's looking right at me.
I noticed that.
We're taking.
Wonder why.
We're taking volunteers.
I was out there 5 hours last night.
I hear you. They can call the youth center, 424-7275, and we can get you fixed up. I'll be more than happy to go over details with them.
What was that date on that 1A?
May 9th through the 12th.
Okay, Wednesday through a Saturday.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So excited to be hosting that tournament, and then. About 2 weeks later, another baseball tournament in town, May 26th and 27th. And then on 28th, Memorial Day itself, swimming pool will be opening.
Yep.
So, and then, with that being said, June the 22nd through the 24th, Babe Ruth State softball tournament will be held here in Mountain Home. And then, June the 29th through July the 1st, a 10 and under Cal Ripken State baseball tournament will be held. In addition to that, we'll have a regional girls softball tournament in July. So we have a lot of activities coming into Mountain Home in the near future.
And I got to say, I've seen Billy's team in full swing when I was working the baseball leagues. What can you say about these parks? They're immaculate, and the grounds, the baseball fields, top notch. I don't say how you keep track of all of it, but boy, they look good, Billy.
Well, we're trying.
And Billy, and I think I want to compliment you for working with Mammoth in order to get that state tournament here, leveraging, working together, doing partnerships, and they don't have the facilities to do it.
Have you ever noticed?
But it's a great opportunity here for us to host it and to partnership with the other schools But if you listen to what Billy said, it's going to be a busy summer here, and baseball, softball, and you know what? We still, as many fields as we've got, we still could use more fields. There's demands for more fields. And actually, I'm not going to say fighting over more field or far more fields, but and we've still got a great opportunity at McCabe to have 4 fields, and that will happen somewhere in the future. But we're still.
What's the status on that right now?
Well, the fields are pretty much in place. The topsoil's not been put on. The holdup is the lighting and the fencing and the
funding thereof.
The funding for those for that and. But
it
will
gets
happen.
Expensive.
But the east end of McCabe is doing very well. And Billy, tell us, you was out there yesterday. I think the wind was blowing out there around the lake.
Billy went fishing, I think, didn't he?
I went out to check the levels of the ponds. Needless to say, a few weeks ago, we was in major drought, and I was highly concerned and discussed it with the mayor and city council committee. The spring had quit producing a massive amount of water to keep the ponds at a good level, and they was drying up. Recently, with the rain and everything, the springs have started putting out water into the ponds. But yesterday I went out just to check it, and I had drove from, I call it the west side pavilion up to check things out, and by the time I turned around and came back to the pond, back to the west there, one of the trash cans that blew in to the pond, so I got my old rake out of the back of the truck and was trying to dig it out, and I was fortunate that I didn't have to call 911 to drag me out of there. The wind was very, very tough yesterday, but I'm glad to see that we got water back at the ponds. Seen a lot of minnows swimming around yesterday. Good sign. So things are getting back to normal with the water levels out there.
So what do we need on that west end to do those parks 100%? Well, are we looking at less than $1 million or more than $1 million to finish?
We're looking at about $900,000 to do the fields and the fence. Billy got figures on the lighting. We got figures on the fence and the concession stand and bathroom facilities. Of course, our own water departments have got the water over, so that's a good help. And we hope to have water at the pavilions. We've had 2 pavilions donated.
Good.
And they're in place.
Very nice pavilions.
They're real nice, overlooking the lakes, and got a little hammock park, and donated through the
there goes Jerry summer
through the East program with the school. So
really,
oh yeah, people have been stepping up, and we expect more things happening. We've got some people, some civic groups to talk to that have shown interest in putting some things out there. So we're excited about growing that in. We're growing it on the east end and waiting on the other end. We're not waiting. We're going ahead, and I think the last field is being pretty much getting close to having the fields built. And that's a big thing. But you know what? We're building that with in-house people, and we're taking
local
dirt
jobs
and field dirt
from
all around the area here, the contractors, everybody. And so that is a big cost that's going to be actually completed, with the exception. Now, before we started, we took a big earth scraper out there and scraped up the topsoil. So we've got a big big reserve of topsoil, but we're not going to put the topsoil on until we get closer to know, so that we can get a plan together and do it.
And you're using local contractors, funding it in-house. You get the money back eventually. It may take 20, 25 years, but you're going to get it all back.
We'll get it back, and it's needed, and it will complement what we already have.
Yep.
To have in place, just like some of the tournaments I know last year or year before, part of that tournament had to go to Harrison.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have the fields to play on. So the need is here, even though people look around and say, well, you've got all kinds of baseball and softball fields. Well, we do have, but look at the interest, and especially at the T-ball and the younger level that's coming on. Folks, we need a place for them to play and keep them in the ball parks, and
I agree.
Keep them fishing at the ponds. Keep them in good, wholesome, healthy activities, and we can do it, and we will do it to the best of our ability.
More with the mayor and Billy D right after this. Scooter's going to take us to break, and we'll be right back.
Why would I recommend Hospice of the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the Pie Lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home. Coming in 2018, VHF Archery Range, brought to you by DeerHunterFan.com TV and Steadyform. This 10,000 square foot indoor climate-controlled archery range will feature 3D targets, 3D pop-up, and state-of-the-art video shooting. DHF Archery Range will be open to the public and available for all ages. It's a great facility for hunters and archers alike and located in the center of the Ozarks in beautiful Bull Shoals, Arkansas. That's DHF Archery Range, coming in 2018. Keep on the lookout for more details and their grand opening announcement soon.
Dillard Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Dillard grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
$7:48, visiting with the mayor of Mountain Home, Joe Dillard, and Billy D, Parks Director. And gentlemen, what do you see once everything's completed on the west end? What's going to happen out there? We'll have what, 4 fields, Billy?
Four multi-purpose fields. 3 of the fields is laid out at 325. That way you can host 15-year-old, 15 and above baseball, and then the other fields at 300.
Is that center field?
Radius all the way around.
Wow.
So the situation is that multi-purpose, we can bring in portable mounds, temporary fencing. You can host girls fast pitch softball. You can bring in temporary fencing for a younger baseball group for the boys, and adult softball. So, that's why I say multi-purpose, being able to host every type of event that you can think of when it comes to baseball and softball.
So let's do some quick math here. You've got 40 teams coming in, and let's say you got 20 members per team, and then the families, and then you start looking at the hotels fill up, the restaurants fill up, and then you've got, the sales tax that we talked about earlier about fire and police. People come here to pay to have fun, and we reap the benefits.
Exactly. I mean, by all means, we have some investment as a city, but it's a small investment in my opinion, for what we get in return.
Yeah.
You know, putting heads in beds in Mountain Home, Arkansas, in restaurants and the local business here in town that sells different
Well, you know,
products.
one of the tournaments I worked when I was doing Little League, we had some folks come up and said, well, we don't play again. I think it was like Friday night, so we don't play again until Saturday at 3. Can you tell us about the White River? Can you tell us about this? And so I called somebody, and they came out, and we had all kinds of stuff from Chamber of Commerce. That's what it's all about. Somebody hired a tour guide on the river. Some went to Mountain View and looked around down here, and some went to Bull Shoals, some went to Norfolk Lake, and, you know.
Well, you're exactly right. If we can get the people here, they're going to spread out, and everybody's going to benefit to a certain extent.
Yeah.
And that's the way it should be. You know, we love, and if an event is going on in Mammoth or Hardy or over in Mountain View or over at Yalville or Bull Shoals, we're going to benefit from it. I mean, and that's why it's really, really good to work together. I know we've got a big stage, and that thing is pulled all over different counties up here. We loan it. We got it through surplus property, but for big events, it's the one that's set up on the at the Friday night block party here in Mountain Home.
Yep.
But it floats around to lots of places, and everybody benefits from it, you know, and that's the way it should be. Going back to earlier, and I wanted to comment on. I heard one of you say you've seen a load of sod.
Is that Jerry?
Was that Jerry?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here we are early in March, but folks, we see the Easter lilies are
all over.
They're blooming and signs of spring. But having been born here and raised here, I've seen some really heavy snows in April. So we don't need to.
What are you doing, man?
Well, I hate to throw
I was with you there.
I'm not the only one. You guys yell at me.
Man.
Well,
yeah, I'm with you, bro.
Well, listen.
It can happen.
I woke up one morning when I think it's back in the late '80s or in the '80s as judge, and we had unbelievable snow. It was a wet snow, a heavy snow. Now they don't hang around long. But and they do a lot of good, put a lot of moisture in the ground and clear the air and all this. But it's good to get excited, but I see us having some more cold. You know, this is a very cold morning out here.
Yeah.
It's cutting. I guess we got used to those 60-degree mornings. And
I can get used to those real quick.
Well, me too. And I don't mean to throw ice water on anything that we're looking at down the line, but here we're still in the Ozarks, and it's still we're still. But you know,
if it's got my back right here, Jerry.
If we look at what we've got here this morning, and then look over in Northeast with all the turmoil and all the high winds and the damage that's being done over there. People without electricity. You know,
I know.
A couple of days ago it was 1 million. I don't know how many's without now, but they just got hit with a second blast over there of really some pretty
strong
nasty weather,
yeah.
pretty nasty weather over there. But here we're sitting good, and but if you look back and what Billy's talked about here and the events coming up, and he's just talking basically about softball and baseball events, but we also have swim meets, we have soccer games, we have lots of other things that's going on here in the Twin Lakes area. So we're excited.
And then don't we have a World Series come back?
Well,
really?
I was getting ready to say that I didn't have anything to do with it, but the baseball group here in town did. It'll be in August, and
that was.
I don't have the exact dates. I know it's right before school starts.
Right around when school starts, yeah.
And I'm
I am
quite
going
sure
to guess somewhere around the 16th to the 23rd on that. Yeah.
So we're glad to have that, even though we don't have anything.
And I think they asked to come back because wasn't that the group basically who had some teams out of New York and Pennsylvania that came down?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, that group that came were from all over, from California,
from
Florida,
wow,
and all over the United States.
Right.
Yeah,
Texas.
And they act. And I tell you, I want to applaud Brandy Jordan. She was the one that actually took a very strong leadership role, and she has been nominated on the governor's conference for tourism as and that's meeting this next week, and we just we appreciate her leadership here and her getting, and Tom Sienkowski was he's a very strong player in the community, supporting that and helping her. But those two people put together a World Series for the first time last year, and
here it comes again.
And well, actually,
it was 2 years in a row.
It was unsolicited. It was not solicited. They actually came back to our people here in Mountain Home, and that's pretty stout, folks. When we're talking about teams from all around
So we had them come from the West Coast and
the
East
Coast.
I didn't know the West Coast. I thought it was all Eastern.
New Jersey.
Yeah, they were all over. I believe Montana had one here, or Wyoming one. But they were. I got to visit, and that's a great part of, I guess, being mayor is on events like this. I went to. They had a parade, and I went from float to float and congratulated them, talked to them, and then we had a banquet for them, and got to talk to them there, and I kind of got to know them. In a week's time, you get to you repeat to get to talk to them, and the commissioners. It's exciting.
It is,
and for people that like good baseball, we've got a summer lined up from at pretty much all levels, but that kind of tops it off in August. That World Series. So,
final thoughts, about 3.5 minutes, guys, before we end the show. Billy, Mayor, good to have you on the show today. Doing a great job for us. I hate to see the mayor not run for re-election, but.
Well, there comes a time in everybody's life, I suppose, but due to my age, I feel like that it's time to
retire.
To retire and to give somebody with new ideas, with new energies, and we've already got 3 people announced for the mayor's
you've been
position.
County judge, you've been the mayor, you've worked. How long were you with Congressman Berry?
8 years.
8 years there.
As working with him, it's been looking back.
He was a fine gentleman.
Well, you know what?
He was a good man.
He would tell you exactly what he could do and couldn't do, and he didn't beat around the bush about it. He didn't make promises that unless he could actually thought he could fulfill that promise. But it's been good. But the council, we've had a good council. I've had a good council to work with these 4 years. I'm on my 4th year now, and my term will end at the end of December this year. But it's a great honor, and if you're going to be mayor somewhere in some town, I don't know of a better place than Mountain Home, Arkansas to be mayor, just due to the fact that you've got great people. We did get again, and I think we might have touched on it, but the Community Year Award. Brian Plumley, our clerk, he puts all that information together and turns it in, and it's a selection process. But we were selected again, got an award hanging. It's not our award; it's the volunteers throughout our community, and encourage people to come by and take a look at it. Our wall is over the years has pretty much filled up one wall down there with just awards. But you know what? That's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. We still got room, and we want to continue. But our volunteers are the backbone of what happens here in Mountain Home, Arkansas. So thank you, volunteers. We appreciate you very much out there. It's a winding down of the we're transitioning now from winter into spring, and we talked a little bit about that, but we've also got we've got lots of things to do here for people on from the lakes and our rivers and our resorts. And we was talking about the summer with all the ball teams. Folks, it's going to fill those resorts up.
Yep.
Around the county and out of the county is going.
Everybody's going to reap the benefits from Boone County back to perhaps even
at
Fulton.
The last World Series, resort owners. I was talking to them later, and they said, "I don't know what happened, but we got some calls wanting to know if we had room." I said, "Well, all the motels was in Mountain Home evidently was filled up, and that was the overflow and reaching out into the rural areas." So, folks, we have a good year planned.
You bet, Billy. Thanks for being here, and the mayor, and appreciate what you all do. I mean, where would we be without you guys? Great leadership here. And so, Jim Baumgartner coming up next, Scooter.